Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how to let go and what I believe is the secret to letting go. Now, you might be asking yourself, what does letting go mean? And letting go, at least in my mind, means to stop mentally or emotionally attaching yourself or suffering because of something from or someone from the past. A lot of people that have been through a breakup or have had a lot of really hard seasons in life know what I'm talking about when you've got to let go. And I'll be back to that in just a second. But for those of you that are new here, my name is Riley. For some context, currently I am in a season of letting go. Big time. It is currently 1 a.m. and I'm filming my last video in this home. As you can tell, I don't have my normal backdrop. And I've lived in this house the last 2.5 years, and I wanted to almost use this video as a ceremonial sense of like, hey, it's the end of an era. Let's celebrate me moving on. And I'm actually gearing up to move to a temporary house for a period of time before moving to Texas later this year. And this is definitely not the first time I've had to let go or change up my life in a big way. So what I want to share with you guys today is kind of my experience really quick on letting go and the different times I've had to do that, just so you have context. And then I want to teach you the secret to letting go. So in my life, I've really had to practice letting go quite a bit. One of the first and biggest ones was when I lost my brother when I was 16. He was my best friend, and I had to learn how to let go of the person, like my brother, someone that was a foundation in my world. He's my very best friend in the entire world. But I also had to let go of the pain that I gained from that experience, the suffering I had trying to figure out why it happened, right? There's a couple of other times in my life I've had to learn how to let go. For example, when I was growing up, I was abused by someone really close to me as a kid. They were really cruel to me. And I had to learn how to let go, even though it was super hard because I had a lot of anger and resentment for them until I finally learned how to forgive them and let go. I had a really big one as well a couple years ago after ending an 8-year relationship with my junior high sweetheart and first love. And that one was probably the hardest alongside my brother because it changed my whole world. I was living with this person actually in this house. We had dogs together. There's all sorts of shit. And I had to really let go, even though initially before I did, I suffered a lot before I finally did let go. And currently, the last couple of years since then, I've been surrendering to the life changes that have inevitably happened after that, and this wild roller coaster I've been on that led to me starting to become a YouTuber and all this other crazy shit. And yeah, I've completely changed as a person and in my life direction. So I've learned a lot about letting go, and so I'm excited to share with you what I've done to let go of people, let go of situations, let go of expectations even, and of emotions. So that being said, this brings me to a question. Why would we want to let go? Like, what's the point, right? For those of you who don't know. Letting go, in my mind, is how we let go of things that are no longer for us so we can make space for the things that are. God or the universe is not going to hand deliver us a better life, a better partner, better life circumstances, or what we want without us first learning how to let go of what was to make room for what will be, right? So think about it. Do you think that God is going to bring you your dream partner if you're still crying over and thinking about your ex? Probably not. In my experience, what I've learned is, like I say, what I think is the secret to letting go. And I actually heard it perfectly by a guy named Corey Muscara. He said, letting go that isn't accompanied by gratitude, integration, and recognition of the lessons and the impact that a person or an event had on you is not really letting go, and in fact leaves more to be uncovered in the healing journey. So let me break that down because the first time I heard that, it really hit home, but I want to make this super simple for everyone. So he's basically saying that if you don't let go and fulfill it with those 3 things, gratitude, integration, and recognition, then it's not actually letting go, and it will leave unfinished business for you to attend to later, whether that's carrying heavy emotions into your future or unprocessed, just shit in general. Like if you don't let go of something, you're holding on to it, you're suffering, you're taking up space as you move into the future. You're not being present with what is. So let me break this down for you guys. So the first step is gratitude, okay? The fastest way to let go of someone or something is to find gratitude for it. The reason why is because when I found gratitude for the people in each of those situations I described earlier, or for each of the situations I even talked about, I finally found peace and understanding and realized that, look, everything that happened had to happen exactly the way it did. And it may have not made sense, or it may have been really shitty when it happened, But now I understand that it was for my greater good. And by finding gratitude for it, being like, look, I'm grateful for those people that were in those experiences. I'm grateful for those experiences and the growth that I had. I was finally able to let them go. Okay. The second one, integration. So that's a really fancy word. What integration means simply is to make something whole. All right. So I learned how to integrate during these times by exploring and facing the things that happen. And that even was as far as, sitting down with the people that were in those experiences to talk to them about it. Like, for instance, I sat down someone that abused me as a kid and had a face-to-face conversation with them so I could finally forgive them and let it go. Other things that I did, reflecting on the situations, thinking about those experiences, when I lost my brother, when I had that breakup, or all these other things to help me to understand them more and to give myself the space to process them. A way that I did that as well is journaling. I love journaling. It's a great way to put your thoughts on paper, to have a conversation with yourself. And like I say, the last thing was discussing it with people, whether it's the people involved or just other people that helped me to integrate, to make it myself and the situation whole in my mind so I could finally let it go. And then the third thing that he talked about was the recognition of the lessons or impact that the event, the situation, or the person had on us, okay? So in order to move on from one level of life, you first have to learn the lessons that this level is trying to teach you, right? That's what I've heard before, and I really agree with that. By me recognizing those lessons that I had learned or the impact that those things had on my life, like the lessons I learned, like, damn, when I lost my brother, I grew up quick. When I had this breakup, this and this and this happened, right? When I recognized those things, then I was finally able to acknowledge the people, the places, the things, and then let them go. And I found peace in knowing that, like I say, everything had happened for a reason, even if it was hard as hell for the season that I was in at the time, because I truly believe that things do not happen to us, they happen for us. And if you can just be patient enough and compassionate enough with yourself and other people, sooner or later, it's going to make sense. So my message to you today, whatever it is that you are holding on to so tightly, just let it go. All right. You don't have to carry all that anymore. There's no reason to continue moving forward into your future, holding on to all those things from your past. Life can be so much brighter and so much lighter without holding on to all that. In other words, when you finally let go. And that's been one of the biggest things for me, to finally find healing, to find peace, to find happiness, and to find, honestly, excitement for all the dope shit that's happening. Even if it's scary, even if it's hard, we're all going to make it. And how we're going to do that is by learning to let go and ride the waves of this awesome human experience that we're having. So I hope you found today's video helpful. I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below, one thing that you are committed to letting go of. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Come along for this little journey as I build this channel out. And I'm here to support you. I love you, my friend. Till next time.